Hey, good Wednesday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and we're going to talk about a few things here coming up weather-wise. We're going to talk about the trick-or-treat weather for tonight and the rest of today, and when this rain will come to an end in southern lower Michigan. Then we also talk about the weekend, which day is a dry day on the weekend. We have a pretty good idea of that right now. And next week, and like I said in my little headline, late next week does not look like a treat because it looks like the next kind of phase of cold air is going to come into the area. And when we were cold, a week or two back, we'll be a little bit colder than that. And that's the way things work now at this time of the year, is that the cold usually each time is a little bit more brutal if you don't like the cold. Some people love that kind of cold. So again, thanks for joining me on the MLive morning weather update. If you could hit that share button, I would greatly appreciate it. And let's get to it here. Okay, so here's our radar right now, and still rain in the southeast, a little batch of showers coming through central and northeast lower, and it's all shifting toward the southeast, so it'll be over here, it looks like, in the next couple of hours. There's a little closer of a look, and again, you can see that the showers are still in Flint, still in Sanilac County, down into Oakland County, Ann Arbor, Jackson, but tapering off, and then Grand Rapids westward. Generally dry. Okay, so here's the computer model forecast, and we're gonna go out 84 hours, which is 3.5 days, I think it is. Okay. Oh, Cynthia had a power outage this morning in Niles. Yeah, there was some vigorous lightning strikes with the storms last night. So we are into this morning, and there you could see the rain. Now we go to 2 o'clock this afternoon. The rain all done across lower Michigan. Happy Halloween, Lisa McGarry Miller. Okay, so we're into this evening, 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And so again, should be pretty nice conditions for trick-or-treating tonight. Not much wind, no rainfall. And I'll show you the temperatures in just a moment, and those really won't be too bad either. Now we go into Thursday, and there is rain creeping up into the southern part of the state Thursday afternoon and evening, and maybe a little bit farther north and west than that. Not into Grand Rapids, probably not into Saginaw Bay City, but real close, but maybe into the thumb. We're into Thursday evening now, and stays showery in the southeast, and then another wave that we've been watching comes along this and shifts a little north. And yes, the European had this all along, a little bit more vigorous than what it shows, but European model had this all along. The U.S. model wants to keep it to the south and east. I think it's going to be a wet one in the southeast on Friday once again. Okay, so we're into Friday evening. Now we go into Saturday, and I do think that Saturday will mostly be dry across lower Michigan. This model wants to indicate maybe a little bit of lake effect rain in the thumb, but generally dry conditions. We'll look at that too here in a moment in a little bit longer perspective. Why is the European model better? I got to write a post on that. Garrett wants to know. The European model, first off, they put more emphasis and more resources, which means money, into the initialization of the model. That means they put more current conditions, more satellite images, more stuff to start the model, so it gets a good start, a little more accurate start. And the European model, the only thing it does pretty much is this one model on their computer programs, where we have these high resolution models that are great, but they also take resources from forecasting 3, 4, and 5 days out. Kelsey Clark Worky, hello. Okay, so here are today's high temperatures. And again, it's not too bad. Yes, Sarah Harris, it will be fine tonight, trick-or-treating. So we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, I'd call it, in the southern half of lower Michigan, and in the low 50s in the north, and in the 40s across the UP. Certainly that's not too bad. Let's go through the next few days. This is tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for high temperatures. Then let's go to Friday. Temperatures again, upper 40s, low 40s, 40s. So nothing too extreme. And as we go into Saturday, 40s again. And as we go into the highs for Sunday, maybe some low 50s and some 40s to the north. Nothing, it's a little bit cooler than normal, but nothing that's too extreme. Hey, good morning, Beaverton and Sharon Myers. Saturday late afternoon in Ann Arbor. Okay, let's get right to that then. This is our U.S. model. Okay, so we're into tomorrow, and remember, it swings that rain into the southeast. Weather for Grand Rapids area should be dry now. Morning, Cheryl Pell and Clark Lake. Okay, so then we're into Friday, and again, that little patch shower activity in the southeast, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Monroe. You could stay showery, maybe drizzly on Friday. Rest of the state should be dry. Let's look at Saturday, midday. It's a decent weather pattern. It's a little cool. It's a little cloudy, not too windy, but it's dry. So somebody asking about Ann Arbor, looks like dry conditions. This is Saturday evening, dry conditions. And here comes the next system. Both the European and the American model have this. This is early afternoon Sunday and Sunday early evening. The European is a little bit faster than this, covering the whole thing by Sunday evening. So at some point Sunday, it looks like it's going to turn showery once again. And that's late Monday. And then this is the one we're watching. I'm watching for you for Tuesday into Wednesday. Okay, the European model has weakened this. I'd call it, let's say, 30%. So this is the U.S. model, still showing the big storm. The European is still showing the storm. Not quite as vigorous as this. And the American model really wants to crank it up and go crazy with it, and cold air pouring in. The European pours the cold air in. This is Wednesday, so it's probably going to be Thursday or Friday next week by the time the weather changes to a much colder pattern. But nonetheless, it's going to be a pretty nasty pattern once that all kicks into the, it looks like. All right? So what we have today is rain ending in the morning in the southeast, trick-or-treating, dry everywhere, light winds, pretty nice. Temperatures upper 40s to low 50s. Cheryl wants to see a model that shows summer. We'll have to look at the southern hemisphere for that. Yeah, we guess weather. Yep, that's right. Okay. And then Saturday's a dry day. Sunday turning wet. And late next week, maybe another weather change to a colder blast of air. I wrote a post yesterday. Check it out. Let's see. I can't remember the exact headline, but it's something to the extent of, does a cold November, which it looks like it's going to be at least the first 2 weeks, does a cold November mean a cold winter is coming? Not necessarily. I looked at the 5 coldest Novembers, and there were 2 cold winters, 1 extremely cold. There was 1 normal winter after that, and there was 2 warmer than normal winters. So yeah, I know you're saying, well, what you're saying is it could do anything. Yes, but the point being is a cold November doesn't necessarily guarantee that, or have a strong correlation that it's going to be a long, cold winter. All right, there you go. Have yourselves a great Wednesday. I'll talk to you tomorrow. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.